drink, drink, drink more. Ha, more. Drink, a little bit more. Yes. Now, obviously, I was joking around, saying drink, and that flies in the face of my advice for you guys today. I would recommend that when you go out on a first date, even a second date, unless you really know the girl really well, I would recommend that you do not take her for a drink. I know it's an acceptable part of dating culture, especially in the West, to take a girl out on a drink on the first date. I would warn against that for a multitude of reasons. The culture's changed, the society's changed, but the drinking and dating culture has not changed. We still believe that men need to be chivalrous, even though there's all these equal rights. In fact, they're skewed in favor of women these days. There's also a whole bunch of dating norms that haven't been updated, and this is one of the aspects of dating culture that I would like to update for you at home. It is a little bit more dangerous these days when it comes to dating women, and if you are taking a girl that is not tested, you don't know if she's crazy, she might seem normal to you, but you're not a psychologist, well, most of you aren't, and there's a good chance that she has not shown any of her red flags yet. And this is why we need to take our time to get to know people. We cannot just assume and jump into relationships with girls that are not tried and tested. On the first date, if you take a girl out that has been drinking, and you take her and give her a few drinks, and then you happen to take her home, you are opening yourself up to a whole world of legal problems that didn't exist in the past when that whole drinking, dating culture first began. It is no longer the case that it is safe for you to take a girl out on a drink on the first date. Maybe one is okay. Let's negotiate here. Maybe one's okay, but going out for a proper drink, even 2 drinks, could get yourself in a lot of trouble. And we all know that dating culture has changed, and it's unfair, but we need to adjust to it. The other part of it is when you're going out and you're getting used to, most of the guys out here that are trying to get a girlfriend, they're not trying to date multiple girls, they're just trying to find a good girl under difficult circumstances, and you need to remember what you're doing. And if you're drinking while trying to practice different things while taking different girls out on dates, obviously we go out, we do cold approach, we gather contact information, then we start texting girls, next thing you know we're taking girls out on dates. Now, we need to be able to remember everything. If we're drunk the entire time, or even had 1 or 2 drinks, it might affect your memory. And what ideally, on a date, it would be great if you could remember everything that happens. And then at the end of the date, if she ghosts you or something goes wrong where, the second date she doesn't turn up, she doesn't want to see you again, you can at least remember the whole date and start to think, what did you do wrong? The classic one that I tell a lot of my clients is close your mouth while you're eating. There's so many guys out there that I see that haven't been brought up properly. Their parents have not taught them how to eat at the table properly, and then they're smacking away and slurping away, and it's disgusting. You sound like an animal. And most girls will see that, they'll be disgusted by that, they'll see you as a lower class male, and then they won't turn up on the next date, but you will never know. Ideally, it would be great if you weren't drinking, so you can at least think through what might have went wrong, some signs that you might not have picked up at that particular moment, and then just try to relay it. If you're getting drunk on every date, you're not going to remember what happened, which is unfortunate for you. So there's really three different reasons as well. Is the other reason would be that it's not really authentic if you're drinking with the girl. You're not really building any real emotional connection. She's having a bit of a drink. She might not even remember you either, and that could be a reason why she doesn't come back. It's not just, okay, you've had a few drinks, you can't remember anything just for the sake of getting better at dating in the first place. Two, you have a few drinks, you take the girl home and you sleep with the girl, she has regrets in the morning, and you find out that you went on a first date with a crazy girl that doesn't take responsibility for her own actions. Next thing you know, you've been falsely accused of something because she's had too many drinks, 2 or 3 too many drinks. And 3, obviously, you're not going to be able to build an emotional connection with someone who has been drinking. Most alcoholics have trouble building connections with other human beings because of that very reason. And so alcohol in general, and alcohol use in general, has been declining in the West for very good reason, because a lot of the smart people are starting to realize that we're not as privileged as the boomer generation. Things have changed, and unfortunately, but fortunately, that has given us the opportunity to change the way that we see the world and behave differently. One of those ways is cutting out alcohol on dates. I don't think you need alcohol on dates. You can, even if you are nervous and a little bit shy, I don't think you need to use alcohol as a crutch. The same way I don't think if you go to nightclubs, you don't need to get drunk either. If anything, going to a nightclub and drinking, you're not going to remember what you did. You might remember most of it, or you might think that you remember most of it, but there's a good chance that you don't. And therefore, how can you improve anything if you can't remember what you've done? So, anyway, in short, taking girls out, especially on the first date, I don't recommend that you take them for a drink at all, unless it is under special circumstances. Okay, so anyway, that's my take on it, and I use that clip of us having a drink. We've been dating for a while, and so we're drinking. This girl's tried and tested and doesn't have too many red flags, and is a pretty cool chick. So I don't need to worry about all of the issues that men are going to deal with on the first date with a girl that they don't even really know. So that's my take on that today, and I'll see you guys next one.